All right. So it is a Friday afternoon, and I am taking a risk to try something new here today. And I know I'm not the only one. So when it comes to overcoming fears, what does that even mean? Here I am trying something new today that absolutely scares me to death. I'm on this new social media thing that has me streaming to Facebook, to YouTube, and we're even trying TikTok. And and I'll be honest with you. So here I am. I am a glorious 52 years old. Back in 2015, I was just coming out of a very difficult time in life, and I had people saying, Kim, you need to do more videos. And I did not want to do videos. Here I was, a corporate trainer, a keynote speaker. I don't mind being in front of people. I talk all day long. Hello, sweet sisters, Terry. I'm glad to see you. I talk all day long. But the thought of being on video was so startling to me. I mean, if you even go to my website, kimberlyfaith.com, and look at the video that's on the homepage, I want you to know that I cried the whole way to go to prepare for the video. I want to make it very clear. I cried the whole way. And I barely made it through it. I mean, I was shaking so bad, I literally was almost physically ill. Wow, there's Miss Rita. I am learning how I can see all of these comments at the same time. And so my social media team, they're here helping me out with things. And he's been talking to me all these years about doing more video. And it's, like I said, it's been scary to me. And why was it scary? It was scary because I knew it was something that people could go back and rewind and then really give me a hard time. Say, this was wrong, this was wrong, this was wrong. And I was fearful. And I was fearful because there was a time in my life, not personally, that, and even professionally, where we have people who are in our life who want to tear us down. And there are a lot of people. Hello, West Virginia, Miss Tanya. I'm so glad to see you, dear. And Mississippi, we got all these states in the house. So I was used to having people in my world that would tear me down. And I spent a lifetime of trying to figuring out how to rise above that. A lifetime of how to rise above that. And I'm sharing this story with you today because what happened, as I mentioned to many of you, that I lost everything in 2010 and 2009, 2010. And so I had to start my life completely over. And part of that was my tuning into my divine source, my divine team, which I consider God and my angels. And I talk about it in that broad way because I have trained people from all over the world and I have a deep respect for where they are. Look at all of you on there. Thank you so much for being patient about how this shows up. I've got 3 different videos going on at the same time, so I'm learning this. When I was coming out of that time in life and beginning to learn how to claim my own power, I mean, I'm being very vulnerable with you, claim my own power. I knew it was going to be doing more video. And in fact, my divine team, when I was in prayer, very clearly would say, Kim, we need you to get over this self consciousness that you have. And we need video to become as natural as breathing, as natural as breathing. Well, you tell me that years ago, I would begin to hyperventilate because I mean, I was so scared of this because I was scared that people would come back and they would use it against me and it would whiplash against me. And I would have that kind of emotional battery that I had grown up with and that I had been exposed to in multiple times in my life. Well, fast forward all these years, I've been working a little bit at a time, 2015, 16, 17, working our way up. And then COVID hits. And last year, I'm home. I was always traveling before, and there I am, I'm home. I'm home to actually have these conversations and do the videos. And so my social media team finally said, okay, you have nothing else to do. Let's do it. Because now I wasn't stuck in the airport and I wasn't worn out from a session. It was heart to heart, have a conversation. And so that's what I started doing as of last year. And all the way from March through December, I started speaking about the things that were happening in the world and having more and more heart for these things that were happening and doing it in a way where I could honor where you were and also honor where I was. And here I am. Here I am now. I'm actually here in my home virtual studio. I'll show you pictures sometime. I have 3 cameras, I have lights, and I'm doing a lot of my work now virtually. So you're talking to a woman that now has all kind of fancy cameras and I can do all kind of fancy things and I'm learning how to do all of this and I'm not as scared anymore. Now, is there a little bit? Sure. Because sadly enough, my greatest fear about doing videos actually came true earlier this year. I actually did have whiplash of where people came back at me and used things against me. And so, where is my locust flower? Oh dear, I want you to know, Miss Rita, my locust flower is so close because that's what I do. I can flip out my little screen right here. See? It's right there. I'm there. I haven't gone very far. In fact, I'm not allowed to buy any more screens because I'm having a little bit too much fun with all of these things that are out there. Okay. So there it is, dear. I didn't forget you. Did not forget you. But I'm sharing this today because I know that so many times we reach a point where we want to be shut down by fear. Maybe we don't want to, but that's inevitably what happens. My social media team said, Kim, talk more to TikTok. And so I haven't always known what to say. And it's all been all I could do to learn about what to say on Facebook. And I had to really face my own fears this year when people are going to sometimes use what you say against you. So what do you do with that? What do you do when people you care about use things against you? What do you do when people that don't even know you use things against you? Do you cower and go away and not show up? Or do you push through and find the courage? You know, we're all at a different place about what we're learning about how to navigate through this world with fear. Mine had to do with videos because that was what my journey is about. Yours might have to do with something completely different. Yours might have to do with simply speaking up and saying what matters to you and your family, what matters. And I simply want to encourage us all that whenever fear shows up, I'm really, really, I'm tied into this affirmation is that our power ends where fear begins. Our power ends where fear begins. Or the other way is that our fear ends, when our fear ends, our power begins. It's a mirror of each other. And I do know, look at you all having a nice, sweet conversation. I do know that it's important that whatever fear is in our life, for us to step up and have a conversation with ourselves. What was I fearful of? I battled an eating disorder for 20 years. Please understand that there were decades that I was not able to look in the mirror without crying. And then people would say, "Oh, well, Kim, you seem so together now. How could that be possible?" We all don't know what each other's story has been. We all of us, I mean, we don't carry our fears out there in front of everyone. We're all working hard to put on a good face. We're trying to make a living. We're trying to take care of our families. And it took me a long time to simply be comfortable with what I could see on the camera. That was my battle. Now, I've successfully battled it. I've overcome the eating disorder, but it almost did me in. Again, another opportunity to overcome fear. And so my message today is whatever it is that's tap dancing in your life, I'm absolutely convinced that wherever we are right now in this world, in this space, drinking in the energy that's coming into this world, is that we're being asked to face our fears and rise above them. No fear is one way or the other or greater than the other. No fear is greater or the other. So so there's something popping up on TikTok that I don't know quite what to do with there. So I know it's working. But I simply wanted to encourage you to, if you have a fear, write it down, look at it, and say, I'm ready to rise above it. I'm ready to rise above it. Listen, my social media team have been trying to get me to do this, multiple video thing for quite some time. I was really proud of myself that I could do Facebook Live. I was excited because I got one of them down, and now they have me doing 3. We'll see how this goes. You inspire me. You inspire me, my sweet sisters, and to my dear ones that are on these channels, you inspire me. May we all become better humans for what it is that we're living through. I know that we have so much more ahead, and I know there are good things ahead, and there are changing times ahead. And I know that we are better together, and we're stronger together. And so the only way I've ever been able to overcome any of these fears is because I stopped focusing here and I started focusing there. If we are instruments of the divine, which is definitely what I believe, no matter where we are in the world, we're instruments of the divine. We can be used for the divine, for goodness in the world. And if that means that I do videos and I take the chance of being shot at every once in a while, then who am I to say no? Who am I to say no? So, dear ones, I want you to have a good weekend. I will tune back in again. I will not always be in a studio. I will still do some of my videos outside and live. I simply am going to be on this journey with you. So my last few thoughts for today, I was going back to some of my notes and my journals over the past few years, and And I came across the phrase allow without judgment. Allow without judgment. And you know, when all of this technology stuff came up, my head wanted to shut it down, and I kept hearing that allow without judgment. Allow without judgment. So I wanted to pass that along to you. And I see my sweet Ida. Oh my goodness, Ida! I just hope you feel my heart swell with goodness whenever I see your name. My sweet sister, all the way across the world, and for so many of you, Rita, I love the way you support the other ones on there. Denise, thank you for your kind words. Know that you all inspire me too. You inspire me to go over my fears and to surpass my fears. I did want to leave you with an affirmation for the day. Okay, an affirmation. And it is this: abundance can flow my way easily and effortlessly. Abundance can flow my way easily and effortlessly. Okay, my dear ones? Here's the thing is we're being asked to dictate nothing. To dictate nothing meaning that we are saying that things have to be the way we expect them to be. But and when we dictate nothing, we can simply allow goodness to emerge. So let's see what kind of goodness emerges from this. So whether it's YouTube or whether it's Facebook or whether it's TikTok, my only commitment that I can keep to you is I'm going to be as real as I can and send you as much love as I can. All right, signing off now. Until next time, take care, everyone.